Hey Aries, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your weekly tarot reading for June 8th through the 14th of 2020. We're using a brand new deck here, the golden, well, it's not brand new, it's actually used, but it is brand new for me, and I am very excited to have it here. The Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. I mean, look at how gorgeous this is. It's gorgeous. My partner got this for me because I've been eyeing it at the store. And the second we put a price on it, I was like, I have to get that before anybody else does. So I just, I'm adoring this deck so much. Let's get into this though here. Alrighty, Aries. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're skipping out on the astrology this week because I know the readings are late. And again, I do apologize so much, guys, for all the readings being late, the monthlies, the weeklies. This has been an extremely emotional and sad and very trying time for me, and it's been just a lot has been coming up for me to deal with on a very personal level, as well as on the collective level of being tapped into this consciousness as a light worker, as an energy worker, as a reader. It's very hard right now, so do bear with me and know that it is really hard for us readers and light workers right now to tap in and do readings. It's exhausting. So, okay, let's get into this here. I'm not trying to give myself excuses, but it is difficult. All right, Aries. Oh, of course you'd be out first. This week, June 8th through the 14th. Ooh, we're popping right out. It's interesting. That's interesting. All right, we might need to pull some clarifiers here, but you guys are, let me get one right here. This is a really interesting juxtaposition. I would like to see what's happening with these three here, because they are having a conversation for sure. As I said, a conversation. 8 of Wands. And this is in regards to these three that came out, and I just feel, I'm just going to show them all at once just because I know that this is all together here. There's a conversation happening between these three cards here. Sorry, he's upright. I just picked him up wrong. Queen of Wands, Hermit, and then the King of Wands. The Hermit asks us to go deeper and to grow past maybe, I don't know though, I want to say that, and I do think that these conversations are really what's happening though. I want to say the Virgo card here is, or the Hermit card here, I'm saying Virgo because for me it just feels like a Virgo, and you showed up in Virgo's reading. If you haven't seen that, or if you have placements there or are dealing with a Virgo, I recommend checking it out because you guys and your energy showed up in their reading in a very powerful way, and I felt that you guys, and I actually said you guys are having a conversation possibly with a fire sign like an Aries or a Sag, maybe a Leo, that is putting something out there that is changing that Virgo. That is, there are conversations where you guys are growing. And again, if you have a Virgo in your life or somebody who has been in denial of some aspects of not just their life, of maybe what's going on, and maybe it has nothing to do with what's going on globally, but regardless, you're having some really deep conversations and you guys are making a difference and coming out the other side really confident, really well-spoken, intelligent. You know what you're saying. You know that what you have to say is coming from this place of justice and peace, and I don't know how to describe this. It just feels very confident and well-known. and well spoken. I feel like I know I just said that, I shouldn't repeat myself, but and what's happening between all those three was that Eight of Wands. So for me, there's growth through conversations. There's a lot of conversation, a lot of talking, maybe even through internet, etc., that is bringing some of these aspects out into the light and maybe putting you in a position that other people maybe didn't expect you to be in, didn't expect your words to hit the mark, didn't expect you to say this, didn't expect you to do this, but you're coming out and what you're saying is putting you in a position of knowledge, of power, and of exercised power, positive power over a conversation, over something here. And it confronts this Ace of Cups reversed, which you are feeling, and let's look at why. So this is another area where I felt I needed to get a clarifier. And I know that's what you have to do with, isn't it? No. Yeah, wow. It's how do we move on from here? How do we move on with the cups that we don't have, with the sadness that we felt, with where we have felt really, truly emotionally upset? And again, there could be a lot of tears this week. There could be a lot of tears, but these tears bring about healing. If you have to cry, if you have to speak with your emotional self, if you have to emotionally let these things out, allow yourself to do so. Okay, Aries, you need to do that. You need to release your emotional aspects. You need to apologize. You need to do whatever it is that you need to do. And I'm not saying that like you've been in the wrong, but I don't know, for some reason that word came out. So maybe it needs to be said for some reason. But the Ace of Cups reversed signifies to me a loss that is emotionally upsetting, a loss of a cup that you thought would be more. You thought higher of somebody or of a situation, and maybe it's this person that you're having a conversation with, maybe this Virgo type person, or it doesn't even have to be a Virgo, but somebody that stands alone in their beliefs and in their own light and doesn't see it in a more collective and grown way. The Hermit has to take time to work through these things, and your conversations do help. And your ability to also go within, like the Hermit, and have maybe even some conversations with yourself. And I know that sounds crazy, but maybe through writing, maybe through talking to yourself and talking through these things, or talking through these things with somebody who can help you shed light as well. So yeah, there's a lot of conversing with others, conversing with the self, with the higher self, and confronting this Ace of Cups reverse, which is lost love, lost happiness, lost joy, lost emotional fortitude in a way. And the Five of Cups reverse here, to me, it feels like healing. Because yeah, we have 3 cups down. We even have that Ace of Cups down, and we have mourned that. We have mourned a sadness, a loss of love. We have mourned something that we never got to experience. It almost feels like a loss of something that you never had in the first place. And I don't know why I feel the need to say that, but maybe that's going to hit somebody. I don't know why that message is coming in, but again, with the Chariot coming after that Five of Cups reverse, you're taking these 2 cups, you're taking the ability to take the love, take what you have to offer, and bring it into the future here. I mean, you see a juxtaposition with the 2s here, right? And look at the negative, look at the positive, bring oppositions into balance and start moving forward. Put yourself in the driver's seat and decide where you're going to take this from here, because you are in the driver's seat. So where do you want to take this lack of love? Where do you want to take this sadness, and what will you do with it? It's healing aspects of something that has gone and become very greedy, very self-manipulated when you get the Empress and the King of Swords reverse. And I feel that you guys are bringing some healing aspects here. You're looking to heal aspects. Maybe even for some of you, this could be mother-father stuff. It could be aspects of your mother, your father that feel very wrong, very greedy, very how do I say this? Very self-focused in a negative way. There's a lot of selfishness and childishness and harshness that comes, and greed, expecting a lot and never giving the love that they say that they're giving. And you have to heal this situation. You're coming at this with a healing light that is so beautiful. And yet I feel that you might be getting some harsh stuff back, especially if you are dealing with an air sign here this week, or again, a father figure, somebody like that. But this is very negative masculine energy, very harsh, very cutting, and to the point. It could be information that they're sharing or that they're coming to you with that could be hurtful and that might require healing. And you have to find a way to approach this and not let that trigger that Aries button in you that just makes you freaking blow up. I mean, what is that? I don't know if you guys have seen Inside Out, but it just makes me think of the anger button when it's just like, ah, and he just slams down on like the big like freak out button or whatever, the flip out button, and he just is on fire. Like, that's one way you could want to go about this, but I would say don't. You're grown past that and you're coming at this with love and with a full and open heart. It's like you're facing off such negative, selfish, harsh, cutting, childlike, and immature energies. Let's just say immature. People that have manifested and thought the wrong way and believed and brought these, I don't know, it's just so negative and so wrong and very off. And yet you still are willing to show up with love in such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way here. I don't think there's any more cards actually from here that want to come out. So I'm just going to go to the Lynn V. Andrews Oracle deck. That one's just not vibing anymore. But I mean, look at this. The way you are approaching all this harshness, the way they're approaching it is this. Or whoever that other energy is, it's this. It's harshness. It's anger. It's thoughtless, honestly, when it's the Knight of Swords. It's not very well thought out. He's just quickly jumping to a conclusion and running at you with it in a very harsh way. But you guys are like coming at this with such a beautiful and empathy-driven, love-driven, unity and divine consciously driven perspective that promotes healing in the internal, healing the waters to heal the external life. And again, I really love your you don't have any earth actually here in this reading, but it still feels very in a good flow for you. Picking up the wrong deck here. It feels very good. You feel like a warrior. Warriors of love. Ooh, centering. This is definitely what you guys need to do when people start pressing those buttons. Remember what I said. Never leave your center. Count your bad points as well as your good. What is good and what is bad are most often purely relative. If you sense a weakness within yourself, explore it. It may become the source of your greatest strength. As you sit like a sacred Buddha amid the pandemonium of your life, always remember that the situation or person who has the ability to upset you the most, to pull you off center, is your greatest teacher in the process of centering. Oh my gosh, guys. Such negativity can become your addiction. Center yourself in your power and release your need for constant distraction from your center. Mic drop. Beautiful message from the Lynn V. Andrews Power Deck. Beautiful. Wow. That is perfect. Let's just leave it there. All right, Aries, thank you so much for all of your support. If you want to book a reading, all my information is below in the description box. Do make sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate and read them all, guys. And do be sure to check out in my description box. There is a link, there's my code for Truly Divine, which is an astrology, numerology, compatibility service. They do amazing reports that are like 22 pages long, and you can get like 30% off here with my code Deku30. You can use that code as many times as you want. Send it to as many people as you want, and they can also use it as many times as they want. So be sure to check that information out in my description box, guys, and have a wonderful and blessed week. I love you all. Thank you so much for all of your support and love. I appreciate it all. So, namaste.